Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hello creepy friends, welcome to Nixie Bobs. That was a little bit of a shout, but it's all good because I'm here, you're here. Thunderbirds was on Saturday, so do you want to have a chat about it? Because I kind of do. I didn't actually watch it till this morning. I was going out on Saturday, Sunday, I forget what I did, I went to work at some point, and then obviously Sunday night we had, what was on? Hell in a Cell was on, WWE was on. So I was up till like 5. So I woke up, I think, at about nearly 10 on Monday morning. I was like, I'll be damned if I'm watching it now because I won't pay attention. I actually did catch the end of it on Saturday when it was actually on. And I was kind of completely baffled because I hadn't seen the beginning. I kind of knew what was happening, but I kind of didn't. But I sat down, I watched it completely now. So we're going to discuss the episode called Power Play. I think it was episode 14 or 15. So very simply, there's a power station, there's a dam, and it suddenly all starts going crazy. No one can work out why. There's a load of workers locked inside. It's cracking, the dam is cracking, and it's threatening to flood an entire town. So who are you going to call, guys? This episode required everyone. So Scott goes, he's like Mr. Zoom on that. Virgil takes Gordon and Alan and off they go to the danger zone. Scott is there first. His job is to get inside the power station and rescue any workers that are locked inside. Virgil's job with Gordon and Alan is to fix the cracks on the dam to at least make it safe enough to not kill and drown loads of people. What they can't work out is that there's someone inside stealing all the power. Who's it gonna be, guys? I ain't got a clue. Of course it's the mechanic. Come on, Mr. Tentacles with his pushing hands, making things happen like some sort of weirdo magician. Of course it's gonna be him. But this is what we've been waiting for. The mechanic also tries to stop them fixing the dam, so he sends a Ray mecha after Gordon, and he sends a Scorpion mecha after Virgil, and tries to flush Scott clean out of a pipe. Lovely man. So now that this is a legal issue, enter the GDF, but guess who's on board if we remember the end of 2.1? Hoodie boy. Hood's on. So if you remember, the Hood actually had a guise at the end of series 2.1, and he had an illusion of a female captain, and he's on board this, so I can imagine everyone sitting there going, oh my god, it's the Hood! I kind of forgot for a second. 2.1 was a long time ago, okay? Don't judge me. The mechanic is building power and he says no harm's going to come to the workers if you leave me alone, but he clearly wants to build something to take that much power apparently, so we don't know what he wants yet. So the GDF meets Scott inside along with the captain. Hood and the International Rescue teaming up. Doesn't that seem a mite bit ironic? So he tries to go over to the workers. They say we can't leave until we turn these things off. We can't just leave responsibility like that. And then, of course, the mechanic sends an absolute big flow of water to take out Virgil and Gordon, who end up with Alan, who was creating a little bit of thing with the mole, or something. It wasn't the mole, it was something else. It was something else from TB2. I think it's to make the water flow. I'm not that technically gifted, guys. We all know that. So they all end up on their bums going, I'm okay, I'm okay. Gordon and Virgil go back, but poor old Alan's left on his side in the dirt. Nice brothers. So Scott and the workers shut down the turbines while the captain goes to take on the mechanic. And this is when he reveals himself. Just when everything's safe and Scott's saying, come on, you don't have to be the hero, let's go, let's book. And she's like, actually, I'm the Hood. So the Hood and the mechanic go one-on-one. Everyone else is sitting there going, fight, 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 fight. They do have a little bit of a punch-up, admittedly. But what's Project Sentinel? So Scott finds a way out, quite where the ladder comes from to climb out the pipe, I'm not quite sure, I'm guessing the GDF bought it. Virgil and Gordon successfully clear off the dam. KO brings in some more concrete stuff and then goes after the Hood and the mechanic as they drive away. She rescues the power cells, luckily. Everyone's safe, nobody loses their life, nobody gets hurt. But at the end we find out that Project Sentinel is essentially a great big laser. Now at the minute, the mechanic's obviously lost his power cells to make this, but it's not going to be long before he finds some more. But why does he want a big old laser, guys? It's obviously coming to the series finale. Well, we got like another 10, 12 episodes yet, right? So we got a little while. This mission needs all of us. Yes, everyone was happy when we hear that. When John's doing something in space, Scott's on the ground, Virgil's on the ground, Gordon and Al are involved. We get KO in there and Brains is at home doing whatever he's doing. We all love it. We all love it. I love it when everyone is involved in a mission. It is one of my favourite things in Thunderbirds. So there was actually a real big bit of controversy across one of the Facebook groups I'm connected to with regards to how Thunderbird 4 actually landed in the water. Now, Alan kind of throws Gordon out, bless his heart, and he kind of bounces and rebounds along the water. Now, someone actually went as far as to edit this out and just make it so that he slides in the water. Can anyone tell me what the controversy is about there? Because I'm a little bit confused. I did watch it, and obviously I hadn't seen that scene until about a few hours ago, so I'm not quite sure what's going on, but if you can sort of tell me why it's such a big deal, I'd love to know. Explain, guys, please. My understanding of it is that surely a sub is meant to float, so I guess it's like if you throw anything in the water at that kind of, if you thrust it like that when you're trying to thrust a coin and it kind of skips across the water. But if that's unrealistic, someone let me know. I thought ships, subs and that were all meant to float at some point in time. Alan controlling Thunderbird 2, I didn't mind it. Now, I've always wondered what they would do if more than one Thunderbird 2 pod was required. So it's interesting to see KO kind of ship it out across 2 cables across to Thunderbird S. It would always been a mystery to me because surely they can never throw everything into one particular pod, and when you've got there, obviously things may change. You may realise you need this where you don't have this, so what would they do? That was quite a good little addition, I thought. My personal thought is that this would have been a much better opening than what last week was to 2.2 as a series. It had a lot more action, you were a lot more edge of your seat, concerned about what was going on, into everything, wanting to know what it was going, wanting to know obviously where the plot's heading, because obviously we're heading to the series finale at some point in time, which is obviously where Sentinel's going, and obviously the Hood taking on the Mechanic and the Mechanic taking on the Hood and vice versa, and these guys just trying to clear up the mess, which is what I said was going to happen anyway. It's hard because on the one hand, where they ended 2.1 was enough of a cliffhanger, but then maybe they should have had this one and then last week's one completely across from each other. But I guess one episode to break it up wasn't a bad thing. I'm kind of in two minds. It's really odd, but this episode made me remember why I like this series so much. It was just so action-packed and so enjoyable to watch, and there was so much set work in this. Obviously there was a lot of water, and they did use a lot of water and sets to use the water, if that makes sense. So I really enjoyed the fact that there was, I think there was more set work in this than there was CGI, which I always enjoy, because up until a point, I didn't know they did set work in this. I thought it was all CGI. I was like, that CGI looks really good, and someone said, Nix, that it's actually set and CGI. I was like, but I thought that they really excelled themselves here, especially, as I say, to me, there was predominantly more. And I can guess as well that for kids remembering that the captain was actually the Hood, they would have been sitting there yelling at the TV. So it was a really good addition for that. I feel like this episode is going to cause controversy, and I don't know if it's because of the TB4 landing, but I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Do let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Did I miss anything? Did I miss any links to older episodes? I never really know. I just try and watch it as a fan and not pick too many holes. Actually, I didn't pick any holes at all in this. I just pulled up on the controversy, but hey-ho. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll be back next week. As I say, I can't always do them necessarily on the Saturday, but I will endeavour to do them between the Monday and the Tuesday as best I can. If I can get them out on the Saturday, whoop-de-doo. But a lot of the time at the minute I can't, because Saturdays are my day off and there are other things going on. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Like, share. I'd love to have you subscribe. I seem to have finally got off 777, so I'm very excited about that. Finally, it's been like 2 months stuck on 777 subs. No idea why that is. But let me know, and I will see everyone again for next week's episode. Anything else that's coming, I've got so much content to put out right now, it's ridiculous. Bye everyone.